Good afternoon and welcome to BJC Mitzvah Day number 149, part 3. Usually the Sefer Chinuch, Mitzvah Day keeps us all on its way. And again, this mitzvah is entitled The Prohibition upon Kohanim to Enter the Temple with Overgrown Hair, found in the third book, Vayikra, Parshas Shmini. Laws of the mitzvah. The laws of this mitzvah include, for example, that which the sages of blessed memory have stated in Gemara Sanhedrin, that the prohibition upon ordinary Kohanim to grow their hair long applies only when they enter the temple. But any time that an ordinary Kohen does not enter the temple, he is not at all subject to the prohibition of growing his hair long. However, the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, because he is required to remain in the temple constantly, is always prohibited to grow his hair long. That is to say, even if the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, would be compelled by circumstances beyond his control to remain outside the temple for some days, he would nonetheless be enjoined not to grow his hair long. Also included in the laws of the mitzvah is the specification of how much the hair must grow for it to be considered grown long. It is a growth of 30 days in accordance with the length to which hair is grown in fulfillment of the Nazir's vow. For an unspecified Nazir's vow extends for no less than a period of 30 days. And the Torah states in Numbers that a Nazir shall have a growth of long hair. So that basically tells us we should probably get a haircut within 30 days if you don't have long hair. The remaining details of this mitzvah are explained by the sages. This mitzvah applies during the time of the temple to male Kohanim. A Kohen who violates this prohibition and enters the temple with his head overgrown, that is to say, after having grown his hair for 30 days, and performs the avoda there, the service there, he is liable to the penalty of death at the hands of heaven. As it is stated in Vayikra, Leviticus, do not let your heads become overgrown with hair, that you not die. And the verse mentions only the negative. It does not state explicitly that one who performs avoda with overgrown hair shall die. There is a principle that the words of the Torah are condensed, and we are to draw inferences from them. Thus, the verse is understood as saying, but if the Kohanim will leave their heads overgrown and continue to perform the avoda in this way, they will indeed die. Nevertheless, if a Kohen performs avoda, again, avoda means service, with overgrown hair, his avoda is not rendered invalid at that moment. He's just violated the having overgrown hair. A Kohen who merely entered there, i.e. the inner part of the temple courtyard, as explained further, but did not perform avoda, is also subject to this scriptural injunction. That is to say, he has transgressed this prohibition and thus incurs malchus, lashes. But he is not liable to death at the hands of heaven unless he actually performed the avoda in the temple. For so was the explanation of this mitzvah transmitted to us through the sages. Okay, we really just have a little bit more to go, but we will wait until tomorrow, so as not to make this one too long. Thanks for listening to Response Feature Mitzvah 36, 100 for the gold. Have a great day.